one spot.
I moved before he got me. I was like, ah.
Hello and welcome to the shop. I'm Jared and this is the Questionable Garage. We're outside standing next to our 1985 Honda Accord Stretch Limousine. That's right. That's a one of 15 of them. It's a rare bird and it is in a very sad state. We call it Honda Rousey. We were on a dust ball rally and it left us stranded. So the practical thing, we could just put a brand new fresh, CCV Honda engine and have it up and running. Instead, we stripped it all apart, and in the last episode, we got the Volkswagen Jetta suspension underneath because we are putting in a very, very hot rodded up ALH diesel from a 2001 Volkswagen Jetta. Should make 450 foot-pounds of torque, but none of that's gonna matter if it looks like this. So that's where this car comes into play. Our other 1985 Honda Accord, not so stretch. Here, we've had this thing for a very long time. Believe it or not, it's not easy to find a relatively good condition 85 Honda Accord. Honda Civics you can find at whatever the store name was in Employee of the Month. I can't remember the name of the store, but at any rate, you can find them on the shelf there. It's a relatively, really nice car. And I'll be honest, I have some second thoughts about cutting this thing up. But this has some rust, it has a blown engine, so it's for the greater good that this Honda will give up its sheet metal so we can get the limo back. Also, to help with that, not only because he is a big Honda fan, you guys really enjoyed him, so I invited Geddy Lee to come on back.
Hey guys, he's back.
He's back. It's not really Geddy, this is my friend Rob. Kick-ass powder coating, YouTube, and actual powder coating, Instagram, yes. All the things. Yeah. He was helping with the Ferrari truck way back.
Yeah, well, you got me excited when you said Honda, so I was like, I'm going to definitely be super excited about working on this.
You saw the limo when it first showed up at the shop way back in the day,
I loved it. Yeah.
He was drooling over it, so I figured it was a good, appropriate thing to get started. So I don't think we're going to get it on today, but we're going to tear a lot of stuff up.
We're going to get a good bit done, I think we'll get a good bit done.
Listen, I couldn't get the satellite's rear end right, and I don't have the measurements yet, so I'm doing something with the rear end. Give me a break. They're both white. It's almost the same car. All right, so we're going handheld. Also, look, we're trying to give you guys better audio. Dwayne got that for me for my birthday. I'm still learning to use it. It may not be right, but I'm doing my best. But the problem we've always had was this rust. When we first got it, rain immediately would go right underneath and ruin whatever you had sitting in your trunk. This is not something you can just kind of remake.
No, not at all.
I mean, we can. I can't.
I definitely can't.
This being a modern car, they are really nice and easy kind of to come apart. We got the row of spot welds to drill out there. We've got to figure out how deep we go in here, because this is originally two Hondas. You can see the back of the door jamb there. That is this point right here. They then welded flat steel and then put another Honda right here and then just another piece of just flat metal to connect the two. It's a thing. That also means I will have to remake some of this metal.
Oh, they moved the gas door too.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the second car had the gas door there, so it went back. So yeah, that part is that part. It's.
Oh boy.
Listen,
it's gonna be an adventure. I'm not a body guy, but I mean today.
You're a body guy. What's really great? This is how pretty much every limousine is made. Yeah. So I know it's a lot of fun to go riding in them, but it's not fun to go crashing in one.
Definitely not strong. I think back 15, 20 years ago when I worked at Honda, I had one because I was doing electrical problems on it, but it was $80,000. And I looked at it and I was like, well, I wouldn't spend $80,000 for that. They literally cut the floor out and they had to like jack the engine down, or they dropped the engine down just to lift the car up. It was just it could have been done better for $80,000.
Because that's how you do them. but
Yeah.
it's how you do that.
It's the quality of what you're doing, not like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, because of this kind of, I mean, it's not bad. It looked
It's-
all right when I first saw it. I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, this thing's pretty sweet. Like,
But
the
you
interior
just-
was my velvet. The velvet, the like,
Oh yeah,
the
and
fake
that
velvet.
it's
that's
going to
the
be getting
best.
new,
Yeah.
and it'll be getting a new drip.
It's kind of fuzzy.
It's kind of that thing where you don't always want to look under the skirt.
No.
But I kind of want to keep this amount of the roof in this cutout. I'm thinking we cut the whole thing, not the trunk panel. We'll keep that tail panel so we can keep basic dimensions. All of this structure, our entire speaker deck lid, because the problem is a lot of this that is completely gone from here kind of buries in. But if we look, you can see spot welds here. There's a couple there, and then there's a couple underneath here, and that whole speaker deck will come out. So if we remove that speaker deck and the full quarters, we should be able to then slide it in. The other problem I got to figure out how we're going to do is, what do you think of that? That was hidden under
I think we
body
should
trim.
cut the front. Maybe should we part that out? Or we think about maybe cut the front of it so we can put that on, because that's, you can't recreate that very easy. You got to make some new drip rail too. So.
Oh yeah, that drip rail roof front. There's a lot. We got to get this coming apart. There might be some discoveries because this has been sitting for a long time. Well, speaking of discoveries, what kind of bugs are those?
Oh, it's like there's some wicked ass. I don't know what that is. I guess that's a wasp. Come on.
Watch it somehow still sting you, even though it's been...
God, don't say that. There's beetles. There's all kinds of stuff. Back
So we've got to start getting this taken apart and ready, and then we'll come up with more cutting plans. It's been enough talk, not enough work, so GoPro, and we're gonna get started. All right, well, it turns out when you have 3 people working, it happens quickly. So on this one, we can showcase a little better. So we want to keep this together, and we're going to leave the trunk mount. So we've got to drill these holes. We won't drill these. We then have to drill these. They have some counterparts underneath, and then it's the decision. I think I'm going to keep it attached to the quarters for now. I need to burn some of this off so we get to see that a little better. Need to pull that trim yet, but try to decide how we're going to cut it. I think, again, keeping it together for now, we're going to pull this. I'll probably knock these spot welds out, and then we'll actually cut the roof skin straight across right here, I think. Also, there is some small rust through. I'm a little bummed on that. There's a little bit there, but that little bit, James, what do you think? Is that easier to fix than what we'd have to fix over here?
There's definitely more missing over here.
Yeah, also, I'm feeling less bad. We can look and see, like, the whole floor is gone. It is hiding some rust in spots.
Look at that.
That floor is gone.
Yeah,
but we were saying how it felt bad cutting this thing up, because on the surface, it looks really good.
But does it though?
You just offended 38 Honda people.
Damn it. It's a straight body, I'll tell you
I
that.
mean, is this a Honda that...
Could be a case swap potential.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's a classic.
It's a classic. I mean, you have a soft spot for classics.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to cutting. I'm gonna grab the torch to burn the tar out. We're gonna finish pulling wires. We need to get the bumper off and the plastic trim off. And then I guess we'll start coming up with cut lines and drill lines. Believe it or not, we've been working for hours. Does it look any different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone's bleeding, but
That's just
That was fire.
just a flesh wound. sir.
working on getting our spot welds out. We'll get our spot welds there. I'm cut across the roof. We have not quite decided how we're removing this section or that section yet, kind of going back and forth between the two cars. This is not what you had in mind when you said, hey, what are you doing today? And I said, hey, come up to the shop.
I mean, this is about what I thought was going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. But James has been working out, missed one of the spot welds to get us fully separated here. Rinse and repeat there. It's just a whole lot of drilling. You've been watching along there. Hopefully Dwayne remembers to cut the gossip out, not accidentally leave it in. I usually leave him lots of just little Easter eggs and silly jokes, and they usually get cut, but he left one in. I wonder if you guys caught that one. So we're going to keep working, and we'll probably pick you up handheld again when we get to the real exciting part of everything lifting off. That clean cut belt is getting abused, and it is taking it all. Well, we are getting closer. It kind of looks the same, but we've got a roof cut. We're fully disconnected here. I've made my cuts there. We have separated there. We now need to get it fully separated from the roof skin. James is doing the very not fun task of
It's not real fun, yeah.
all of the little hidden spot welds on that side and then do the mirror image. Rob is working on the few roof pins there. Then we got to do all of those still too.
Oh boy.
He's got that all drilled ready for me to cut. So again, our goal is to take this weird assembly out. That's what we're trying to do today. Now the question is,
In one piece.
are you a body guy? Have you done,
Nope.
No.
Today.
you've done race car body work.
Lightly.
Just to
Ties.
get the body off of the tire so Taylor could go do a lap or two.
Right.
So don't be afraid to try something. They were like, hey, let's hang out and play. And I'm like, all right, cool, we're doing body work. And you never learn or advance or do anything new if you don't try it.
I love tools. So.
Yeah. Maybe not slicing your hand to bits.
Yeah, you know, just
Avoid that
flesh
as
wounds. You don't need to
Yeah.
worry about that. It's part of the doing. It's part of the job. It's part of the
Yeah.
fun.
I'm trying to be a body shop teacher, which I'm definitely not, but we're figuring it out. We're getting this Honda cut apart.
Job teacher.
And soon this will be ready to go on there. Rousey won't be ready, but James also, hats off to you again. Honda Partsy.
Honda Partsy.
We got to get this bucket separate from the pillar and this row of spot welds. That should be what we need here. Again, because this is still pinned down and this is still pinned down, we're not getting a lot of movement yet.
Yeah.
As it's going to slide out, it's going to be probably a little tricky.
Sure can.
I learned the secret. I learned the secret to making Rob a good body guy.
What's that?
Hand him a beer.
There you go.
We gave him one adult beverage, and suddenly he has gotten this side. James and I have been fighting this side for 2 GoPro batteries.
I'm good to go.
And all of a sudden, Rob's over here. It's ready to go. So you'll also notice we decided to leave this roof section. We can patch it in. The good thing is, everything about this, there's not a right or wrong way to put a Honda limo together. And I can pretty much fix any of it with fire. So
Fire fixes everything.
fire, welding, sparks, you know, it'll make it come together. So I'm gonna let him, whatever magic he did there on this side, he'll hopefully do one more time.
Here it goes. The magic's happening right now.
And I will help move this off. And 7 hours, not quite, 6 hours of.
I am Magic Rob. I don't know if you told that. I did magician stuff for a while.
Oh no, I thought you were about to go like the Magic Mike route.
No, I actually did
Same
magic.
difference.
Did
Same
magic
di-
for years.
There's some crossover.
2 nicknames:
base.
Honda Rob, Magic Rob.
Magic Rob. Watch me make this disappear.
There we go.
You know what's funny? We've been working, how many hours is it?
12 hours for
12?
4 pounds.
Well, that's probably right.
8?
6. I mean, we needed this part. There's no other way to get it, but hey, it's off and it's usable. It needs some work to be perfect, but it's usable. Well, it's finally off. I don't know if this makes you feel better seeing all of the hidden rust. Yes, this could potentially have been brought back together, but then I wouldn't have had the parts for that one, right?
Nope.
I wish it was as simple as just slam it back on, but that kind of lines up to here, and we got to graft it. There's a lot to do. I need to sand this stuff down. We need to cut out those parts that were sliding in with that. Prep all of this. And that won't be today, because I'm a little tired, and I finally have measurements. Taylor finally measured his rear end for me.
So we can put the
Satellite. Might be
together.
jumping. the next episode is going to be a white car's rear end going together. It's either going to be a limo.
You don't know which one.
It's a Honda or a Mopar. Who knows?
You know it's white though.
But more non-body work guys doing body work because you're not going to learn if you don't try. So don't ever be afraid to give it a go. Rob only lost a pint of blood.
Yeah, just a little.
1 pint.
Just a little bit.
Just, you know, there's a lot of people who say wear gloves, cutting, grinding. I'm a little anti-glove because if it catches your finger, your cutting discs, your drill bits, it's going to pull and twist. So I tend to try to just be more careful with my hands and not run protection.
I just like to bleed on it.
Okay,
Kind of what I do.
leave your mark.
That's my. I'm like, hey, it's got blood on it. Rob worked on it.
So, speaking of Rob, thank you for stopping by.
Hey, anytime, man.
I know you're running back to Florida tomorrow.
I am because it's freaking cold here. Sorry, Dwayne. It's really cold up here. You can tell by my outfit, and I took my sweatshirt off just
Because you wanted to advertise the
because I
channel.
wanted to put, you know.
You know, check him out. He does a lot of how-tos and
I
fun
do a
stuff.
lot of
and
Honda stuff and fun, cool stuff.
and
Not
Prius
as
stuff.
questionable as Jerry, but I do some cool stuff. So
You do a lot of how-tos and wrenching and
Absolutely.
fixing and Prius things. James, I'll put your Instagram in the bottom.
I'm James.
James,
I've been around.
is it
If
some
you haven't
movies?
seen me, we'll introduce me later.
Yeah, he's in some movies.
He's in some movies.
He helped The
Yeah.
Ring.
Were you in the Willow? I don't know if he was in that movie.
Well, not.
Back of the day, like you look like you were. I mean.
I gave one joke about it, and Rob has just gone off. He's like, you hear that drag line of that reel just screaming as he goes off. So Rob's gonna go home, and James will be like, God, that guy just was a jerk with all the short jokes.
Nah, we're buddies now.
I've been short for a long time. I'm used to short jokes.
I'm short too. Yeah, so I'm not tall. You're freaking huge. What are you like 6'7"?
Just shy of 6.
Just
Get Garrett's a proper
Just shy.
6'7", and I'm just barely Cletus.
I'm barely 5'8", you know. So
James is like,
James is like,
you guys
None of
start your
those.
height with a 5? you have a 5 in your height?
3.5, 0.3.
okay, you got a 0.3 in there.
Yeah, there we go. But one of you guys are gonna have to come up with a final catchphrase. You know how it goes. That's gonna wrap it up for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and if you like watching mechanics who don't know how to do body work, there's a lot of that. Or there's some engine builds coming and just a whole lot of general fun. I appreciate you guys always hanging out. I'm Jared, reminding you guys to always make questionable choices, and
Honda Partsy made Honda Rousey.
There you go.
there we go.
Partsy. Good
Honda
old
Partsy.
Honda Partsy.